young adults are actually empowered enough to take political posts now? Because you're quite young. You say you're young. Do you think actually we're ready? Because we've already known that years, it's usually the older ones who have political posts and sit in the office. Do you think it's about that time when we can sit down?
Well, again, because of the background I had, I'm used to challenging the status quo. Things as they are don't have to be the way they should. I'm reminded of Tony Blair. I'm reading a book on him now, and his first political office was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom at the age of 40, I think it was 6 or so. That's his first job in government, was as Prime Minister. And many people would argue that he was one of the best Prime Ministers in recent time for the United Kingdom. So, many of us are fooled into thinking that we don't have the experience. We're fooled into thinking that we don't have the courage. I actually said that it's a credit. If you are part of the old system, it's going to be very difficult for you to change and create the new one. I don't doubt that there's wisdom that we can learn from the past, but what we need now is we need young, vibrant people who are not afraid, who dare to dream and have courage of conviction that, look, I can change society. And there are many of them out there. That's why, for me, my constituency is the youths. I love the elder people. Most of my colleagues, associates are older than myself. And so there's a lot of wisdom to learn from them. But I believe, just as in most societies, that the new, young, vibrant individuals are the ones that can actually truly change society.
Okay. Once you attain your goal in politics, do you have a plan set out for the young adults, the youth? Because basically now what we've heard from statistics is about 70 to 75% of Nigerian population is made up of the youths. Do you have a plan for them?
Well, that's it. I mean, it's not about achieving a goal in politics. My goal in politics is the youth. So it's not like I have to get somewhere before I start to do anything. No, I'm already doing it. And I believe that if I do that consistently, then that is the result. My joy in politics would be to demystify politics. Yeah, so for me, it's not so much as you achieve some political goal or objective before you start to help the youth. For me, helping the youth is the objective. And I think that if you help the youth, it's not just about getting to a position or helping them achieve a certain target. It's reorientation as well. I mean, if you go around Port Harcourt, we have billboards saying free food, they run belly, work for your money. Orientation, because I want to get the youth to be beggar-free, to actually start to ask themselves key questions and say, look, inside me is the solution to my problems. I can actually get a solution from inside. So as long as we achieve youth reorientation, we'll achieve the goals. We need more Obamas in Nigeria. And, it doesn't have to be me, but there are Obamas out there that are looking for people to give them an opportunity. It's not just Obamas in politics, it's Obamas in the movie industry, it's Obamas in corporate Nigeria, it's Obamas in any field, even Obamas in mechanics. What we're looking for is people who dare to dream and actually change things. And if we can find enough of them and prove that, look, it's possible, then the rest, as I say, is history.
I'm happy you said the movie industry. That's my target. That's my field. That's what I do.
I thought so.
Okay. You have something to tell me about that, considering something you invested in bigly. And it was hugely done in Port Harcourt, right?
Absolutely.
I went through it and I said to myself, so he really has something for show business, and it was quite interesting. So tell us about that.
Yeah, that's a side that many people don't see to me. I'm a complicated character. The politics is a means to an end for me. My first love, obviously, I'm an engineer by training. I'm also a project manager. I'm an IT person. So in my business side, multifaceted. But the other side to me is the entertainment industry. And I think that there is one way to get to the youth. There's one way, of course, to address this issue of orientation. And many of the ills of society can be captured, even addressed through movies. And for me, one of the major ills was orphanages, kids without parents. Many of us believe that education is key to transforming society. And you have lots of kids who have no parents, they have no parental guidance. And so they get lost at a very early age. And there's nobody to speak for these people. And the movie Nenda helped us. It was an opportunity for us to remind people. And you know, the adverts, the trailers for the movie was, when last did you visit an orphanage? And it, you know, it touched people. Because many people, they hear about orphans, they read about orphans, but they don't experience it. And it was a painful exercise for me because I had to really get involved. And I'm not used to getting involved in a situation without fixing it. I can't go see a problem and just say, oh, thank you very much, and walk away. And so getting involved in orphans is you know, it's a major exercise. But the movie Nenda was an opportunity for us to celebrate them and to bring awareness to their plight, but also to let them know that people cared. And Stephanie Okereke, Adonija, you know, Ramsey Noah, fantastic cast, beautiful crew. And that was my first stint at movie production. Yeah, and it was fantastic.
Was it challenging?
It was.
Did you have any idea of movie production before that?
None, but you know, movie production to me is not rocket science. You take money and you give people movies.
Little do you know.
No, well, that's as much as I knew, and I haven't learned much more since. My own is to say, look, encourage, give people who are trying to go into this industry, give them, you know, a sense of value, because I think that, you know, a movie producer, director, actor is probably more important than a politician, because potentially, I mean, no offense to politicians, but these guys impact more lives positively. And so I think we just need to harness that. And so when I see a good script, when I see a good team, you know, if I have some loose change, I'll put it in that direction. What I have started to do now is move from just sentimental production to actually methodical, well thought out production. I'm actually choosing my scripts now. I'm doing a reality TV show, again with orphanages. And what we want to do with that is, you know, bring them out, they compete, and the winning orphanage goes home with a prize. The others obviously still have something to show for it. But again, bring the plight of orphans to the limelight and show what wonderful talents these people have.
Are we seeing any other movie in the pipeline that you've been working with?
Yes, there's a true story coming out. I'm not going to say much more than the fact that there was an assassination sometime in our country's history. And so we're doing a movie on that. It's going to be very big. And you know, we're pulling out, we're not pulling any punches on that. We're making sure that we go full hog. And it's going to be, it should be exciting. And yeah, it's several. I'm not just doing movies, also with artists, musical artists, music videos, you know, you name it.
Do you want to tell us a few?
Well, yeah, there's a guy called Scalawi who's quite good. Timmy Dakolo has done a new single, a new video is coming out. There's a host of people, you know, Duncan Mighty. So any of these guys I can help. Anybody I can put just a little bit of wind in their sails, then of course that's what I want to do. And I'm going to be scouring the country looking for talent, because for me, these guys are unbelievable. They're an inspiration not just to their generation, but to Nigerians as a whole. The movie industry, the entertainment industry is our best ambassador right now. I'm afraid our politics is not. Yes, we had a very good election, much better than previous, but we still have a long way to go when it comes to the politics and so on. So why not encourage the ones that are doing well so that they can, you know, send the message and make things happen.
Which do we see you know, catching up with very soon, music or movies? You know, you can never tell. A script can come your way and says, play that role. Would you dare do it?
Well, me play the role?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not necessarily going to play the role myself. Many people won't realize it that I'm a shy character. I don't like the foreground. But yes, there's a case to ask, hang on, are you not the one in the political field? Are you not the one all over the place? And yes, it's just because I have to speak. I'm not speaking because I'd much rather just stay quiet, mind myself, probably on a beach in Hawaii, Waikiki Beach or something, sipping on a pina colada. I'd rather do that. But, you know, the problem we have is that many people just are happy with the status quo. The way the country is going, they don't care. They think that it's okay. You know, I could be in London, you know, have businesses there. I could not be here. But I'm afraid the option of just walking away from my country doesn't exist. I need to stay here, I need to fight. And even if it's going to risk my life or cost me my life, I'd much rather be fighting on the field than hiding somewhere in the trenches. So for me, movies and you know, music and all that, I won't be in the front, I'll be in the background helping people. But I can't choose one or the other. I think that, you know, it's like asking someone to choose which is your favorite child. I think whether it's movies, whether it's entertainment, any way we can express ourselves, we need to exploit. And I'm going to be there assisting or helping anybody who prepares or prefers to make such a move. I'll be there for them. Okay,
and you didn't seem like a shy person to me at all. I mean, you just participated in the Silverbird MBGN 2011 pageant, and you were the judge. How did you see all that? It was the first time for you, right?
It was. It was. It was also a bit of a baptism as well, because you know, I've got to be honest. I mean, when we got to the final result, you know, I was just as surprised as many. But you know, it was a fantastic experience building up to that final moment. I was quite happy with where things went. You know, the girls went through their paces. I felt they were very courageous. There's some of them as young as 18. You know, it's not easy. What they were doing was hard work. And for me, it's them applying themselves. It's just like, you know, movies or music. You know, you're applying yourself. You're saying that, no, I'm not just going to sit down and do nothing. I'm going to apply myself. And so, yeah, I felt quite good. Many people asked me, in fact, Guy said, you know, Tonye, you're taking this thing very seriously. I mean, why? Politics, beauty, pageantry? And I said, Guy, this is the competition where Nigeria is represented in the rest of the world. And if you know me very well, you know that I'm passionate about Nigeria and our representation outside. Some of us have family outside, and we live many of our days of the year outside of the country. And we know what the image of Nigeria is. So I know how Agbani helped us. When Agbani won MBGN I can't remember what year it was now.
2001.
There you go. So she went out there, and that was Nigeria. Nigeria was winning. And I wanted us to relive that moment again. So for me, participation in MBGN was not just, as people saw, beauty pageantry. It was about representation for Nigeria. And of course, in this day and age where women are trafficked and there's all that, it's good to have young girls actually apply themselves in a manner where tomorrow their lives could change. I mean, we've got people now who are wives of very famous people. We have people who are actors and actresses just from the MBGN experience. So I felt MBGN was a good platform, and you know, I was quite happy to be part of the process of encouraging them, even though the end was a little, to say the least, awkward. But
interesting.
Yeah. But
all right, let's see Tonye in a couple of years. You know, where is this all heading to? Political polls gets keyed in, it works out like you're praying it should. What is going to be the plan? Is there any other major project you're going to unroll, or is there any other thing we should be looking out for?
No, I think, you know, this is a work in progress. You know, this is probably the first big major interview I've done in a long time. So I'm still a work in progress. There's a lot of work going on in the background. I've always argued that political parties don't have ideology. So what does PDP stand for? What does ACN stand for? What's their policy on education? What's their policy on health? They don't have one. And so it's down to the candidates or the individuals to choose what they would like to do if they had the opportunity at, you know, deciding government policy. So I want to help with that process a bit. I want politics to actually start to apply to people. So if you're talking about a political party,